So we got a Poolin' Pro here with the Briggs Stratton 725 EXI engine on it. Came in with the recoil that was all torn up, wasn't working properly, and then also the pulley on the top, the cup on the top of the flywheel was also in bad shape. So we got those replaced. We were checking it out the rest of the way. Now what we're getting is when you're going to start it, it's wanting to pull back real hard on you. So when you get to that compression stroke, it's wanting to pull back. So it's wanting to pull that right back out of your hand when you're pulling on the cord. So as you're pulling, it's just right when you get to that compression stroke, it wants to pull back on you. So just kind of takes it out of your hand, and that's what originally broke the recoil up here and the starter cup. Is that problem. So I'm going to show you how to fix that, make it a lot easier to start your unit, and make it so your cup on top of your flywheel, your string, and everything else that's part of the starting system doesn't take any brunt like that. So this is a 5/16 or 8mm going around the outside. It will leak some oil when it's out. There's actually a piece of the cup, the piece that flew off, sitting there on the deck. A little bit of oil drain out, no problem. You can just take the 3 off right there. I just took the 3 5/16 straight out the front. We'll get a little better view here. Now this engine does have a plastic carburetor. It is one of the lower quality Briggs Stratton engines for sure. But it is cheap and it is available as far as the parts go, so that does count for something. All right, so we can go ahead and crack it open now. So what we're finding, oh yeah, so if you look, you can see how far out those valves actually are by just how I'm grabbing them and moving them. So you're looking at it, and I'm taking these and I'm actually able to move it up and down here. So I'm moving it by hand in and out so far it's not even funny. So what we need to do is we need to go ahead and get a T for the middle here, and then get, I believe, a 5/16 for the outside. Yeah, so that's going to be an 8mm. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and tighten up that valve spacing. That way we're not getting that pullback from the other unit like we are. So it looks to me like a T15 is what we're going to have. Oh, nope, it's actually a T10 then. Alright, so I got the T10, and we also got, I can't get a little better light on there. Alright, so, what you can do is you can go ahead and loosen this middle, and you want to go a 1/4 inch past top dead center. So what that means is if you go ahead and you take your spark plug out here and you put something down in the spark plug hole, normally they say a pencil or something soft so you don't ruin anything, but you can use really whatever you'd like. But all you're going to do is go around until you get to the compression stroke. When you get to the top where the cylinder comes as far towards you, as far towards the spark plug as you can, and then go a 1/4 inch past that. Obviously, if you're looking at the bottom of the mower, you're going to go the way that the blade cuts. So that'll tell you where exactly to go. Let's get that out. Just move the crankshaft up and down. Or, I'm sorry, the piston up and down by moving the blade down below. And then, so in this case, we're going counterclockwise with the blade down below. And when the piston comes up as far towards us as we can, that's going to be your top dead center. We're going to go a 1/4 inch past that. So we're going to let it go a 1/4 of an inch back in before we set the valves. And you'll set both valves at that spot. So looks like it's leaking fuel out of the carburetor as I tipped it over, so that's not a good sign. But other than the valves here, it seemed to run halfway decent, so we'll deal with one issue at a time. We're gonna go ahead and get a 5/16 and see, because that's not wanting to come out of there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just barely loosen both the studs. Did it with an impact and it made it nice and easy. All right, so if we back these centers out some, we're going to go ahead and tighten up, and you're going to do on the exhaust side. You can see where the exhaust attaches here. You're going to follow that over to the valve. Whichever valve sits there, that's your exhaust. The other side is going to be your intake, and if you look down here where that goes and comes across is to the carburetor side. So on this, we're going to do 0.05 on the intake and 0.07 on the exhaust. So it was probably adjusted at, I don't even know, extremely far out though. So you just want to tighten that up until you're kind of tight there. Okay. And we're going to hold it. We're going to tighten up that middle, the T against it. So we'll do it like that. And then you got to make sure it still fits in there good and it's not too tight. That's looking great on that. That's oh, I'm sorry, I actually set that at 0.05 instead of 0.07. Let me change that real quick. Wow, did it backwards. All right, so let's do this one, which is the exhaust side here, not the intake. And you got to make sure that those, if you back it out too far, your push rod could come off. The push rod is connected here at the side down in there, so it just sits in that little groove on the nipple. All right there. And again, this is, you know, a lot of people take this, ooh, that just busted off in there, so that's not good. I'm gonna have to get my magnet on a stick and get that out. All right, 0.05 on the other side. I wonder if this little magnet might actually do it. Yep, popped it right out of there. 0.05 on the intake. Now you want to make sure that's plenty tight though. If you don't get your torque set here, these will back off. All that vibration, they're constantly moving in and out, so you will get it to back off of there and you will have issues. All right, go ahead and set it about there. Okay. All right. So, yeah, we're all good. The gasket in this case came off in one piece. Normally I'd say replace the gasket. If it comes off in one piece, you can just go ahead and throw it back on there. You do want to be very careful about how tight you tighten these, because it can pinch that gasket and cause you to have an oil leak up front there. So make sure you don't over tighten them and split that. But you do want them tight enough that it's not going to leak, of course. Just went probably barely over what I should have there. So now when we go to start this thing, that low speed compression release on the intake side will actually be working all the way at this point. So that's what's happening, is you're getting back pressure because these valves are out of whack. You can still start it, but it likes to pull back from you real good. So it sounds pretty awful too. Go ahead and see what we got now. Yeah, now I can clearly I'll bring it up top here so you can see a little bit better. So now, as I'm going to pull the thing, thanks for watching, like and subscribe.